Welcome back to Outriders. In this video I want to talk to you about Eye of the Storm, the expedition that is locked behind tier 15. I want to give you my opinion on it and basically review the expedition, and the video is not going to be too long because the expedition itself isn't too long. I managed to get a gold with Pete, so it's a two-man group. Although Pete does have like rapid fire on, and he's got a very strong build because he's playing on PC and he's using the trainer. The trainer doesn't work properly when we are playing together, and crossplay isn't working to the point where I can't actually join him at all. So I can't get into his session, we can't use all of the things within the trainer, but we've used it because I got to tier 15. There's pretty much nothing else for me to do in the game besides keep you guys up to date and just run some expeditions and just do what I can to have fun on the game. So what we did is we used Pete's very good character with an incredibly strong build to the point of him doing typically 6 to 10 times more damage than me every single run. And we managed to, after a lot of stress, get ourselves a 2-man gold time on Eye of the Storm. This expedition is a load of shit, and I'm going to say that straight up very quickly, like early on in the video, because I absolutely cannot stand this expedition. There are several reasons I cannot stand this, and that is because these developers have claimed to work on the game for 5 years. Yes, I'm going to keep bringing that up in videos. They said it's taken them that long to work on the game, and this is the product they have released, claiming that it's a fully released product. In the expeditions, you have the 15 tiers. There are 15 different expeditions you can run. That is literally all there is to the entire endgame in this game. And I said it from the get-go. So many people disagreed with me, but I said it from the get-go that this endgame is going to be incredibly boring. It's not going to last hours and hours and hours for most players. I was spot on with my literally just a guess as to how it's going to play out. Because you progress through and it's just the same thing over and over again. You get tier 1, you complete that, so you push up to tier 2, and you can get bronze, silver and gold times to progress through the tiers, and then you eventually, after grinding, get yourself up to a certain tier where only silver and gold will progress. Then tier 14, you have to get a gold on an expedition in order to be able to go to tier 15. The problem with that is literally you clear, say, tier 12, so you're up to tier 13, you then have to simply just play expeditions over and over again, playing at the highest tier to get hold of the materials to upgrade your same build. You can take one build from the story all the way through the entire endgame. There's no different loot or anything, and Eye of the Storm is no different. It costs 40,000 drop pod resources to enter. If there's any disconnections, you lose your resources. And once you are able to speed through some of the expeditions, you'll find that your drop pod resources are building up very quick. Because for a gold time on CT15, it's about 75,000 drop pod resources. But you go through all that grind, all that effort, and you get yourself to Eye of the Storm, you pay the 40k to enter, you go in, and what is this expedition? You've already seen it from the gameplay. You simply go in, you're in this small ass arena. You have 3 obelisks, and that is your entire thing. This is, by the way, impossible, physically impossible, to solo on a gold time. You can solo it, but it's impossible to get a gold time clear on this unless you are in a group or you are cheating. Through using a trainer, the only way you are able to get a gold is by increasing your game speed so the obelisks go down faster. Because there are 3 of them, their time is about 90 seconds for each of them to go down. So a 3-player group, it's going to take you maybe 2 minutes depending on how much you can keep the enemies out of the circle. Then you get to Yagak or whatever his bloody name is. We call him Yakult. You get to him, you take him down, that's it. The enemies that spawn with him are an absolute fucking nightmare to deal with. Because they're constantly running at you with their big ass like battle axes. And they just swipe and sprint non-stop. They don't have any cooldown on anything they do. So you spawn in, you stand at an obelisk. I've pretty much already explained it. You just do the same thing you've done on every previous expedition. But the biggest thing is, the biggest letdown with this, is that the boss, Yagak, is the end of the story boss. They didn't even take the time to create a unique boss. Another thing, after getting to tier 15, after grouping up because it's impossible to do solo, they claimed again, another thing they claimed is that everything in the game is possible solo, but it's not. You can't get a gold solo on Eye of the Storm. But after all of your hard work, and you've taken down Yagak or reborn Yagak or Yagak reborn or whatever, you take him down, you have exactly the same drop chances from everything else in the game. There is no guaranteed legendary, no unique reward, no nothing like that. But you have to be tier 15. You can't play this on any lower tier. You don't unlock it until you're tier 15. It kind of feels like a mini raid. If you think Division 1 incursions, it's like a tiny bit of a smaller sort of encounter than an incursion. But there's no different mechanics. You're taking down obelisks and then you're fighting the end of the story boss. The only thing they've done is they fucking painted him white and given him like some ice shit. And he just stands in a circle and then just teleports here and there whenever he feels like it. You go into this expedition and you have 6 minutes to complete it. It's just one arena. There's no progression. You're just in a circle for the entire thing. They put more effort into their standard expeditions like Archways of Enoch, like Marshland Caverns. I mean, some of them, like there are several expeditions that have the obelisks as well. And they are time consuming in a time-based piece of content. But don't forget, Marshland Caverns is different. It's not an obelisk, it's a crystal. It does exactly the same thing. It's just a different colour, basically. It just has a different face to it. So yeah, no unique reward, no guaranteed legendary drop or anything like that. A stupid timer, considering there are 3 obelisks. The same boss as the end of the story. I don't even think I need to carry on. It was absolutely fucking horrible to experience this expedition. I've done it because I had Pete in the game who's incredibly overpowered due to cheating. But I've now done it. I've done every single expedition in the game on tier 15 with a gold time. And I now have absolutely nothing else to do in the game. I'll still cover it on the channel because a lot of you love it. There's still news and updates and stuff that I can bring. But I'm not entirely sure what the gameplay is going to be. And I mean, you're not going to see some actual gameplay with me voicing over the top of it, as in like a live commentary, unless I can think of some crazy sort of challenge to do, or if there's an update or something. This endgame is the most bare bones bland thing I've seen, and reaching tier 15, taking down Yagak, just shows how much they lacked in creative passion for this game. People complained stuff in the Division 2 and lots of other games is copy-paste. This game, after 5 years, is the worst I have seen because they delayed it 3 times as well. And you're telling me, like literally throughout the expeditions, I think there is one unique boss, being Dr. Detonator from Boomtown. Even if they're variants, they're all exactly the same. You run, I think it's Colosseum, one of the other like high tier or like drop pod resource locked expeditions, they have like 2 brood mothers at the end, but they're called brood queens. They simply just give a different surname and that just makes it different. Even on Chemplant, that final boss is a fucking brood mother. They just painted the fucker green. So yes, I am incredibly angry and disappointed at the lack of creative passion, just passion in general, and creativity. I don't understand why they never delayed this game for an extra 2 years, and just in general why they never bothered making a good game that people would want to play for a decent amount of time. Their marketing's all over the place, their servers are complete dog shit, and I'm just going to end the rant there before I carry on rambling. It was supposed to just be a review about Eye of the Storm, but I've mentioned a few different things and it's now going to turn into an angry rant. I'm going to title it after an angry rant. It just takes the piss, but I'm going to end the video there. So let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments. I'll see you in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.